Hello 6th class, a very good morning to all of you. I hope you are all doing well. In our previous class, we started with equivalent fractions and the simplest form of a given fraction. We did one question on that also. Now we are going to proceed with 7.3 question number 2. In question number 2, we have two rows, okay? In question number 2, we have A, B, C, D and E, and below in second row we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We have to pair up the equivalent fraction. So we are going to write the fraction and then we are going to write them in equivalent form. In simplest form, this is 1 by 2. Next is 4 by 6, or in simplest form you can write 2 by 3. Next is 3 by 9, or you can write in simplest form as 1 by 3. So we are going to check these now, okay? So 1 by 3. Next we have 2 by 8, or you can say 1 by 4. And third, last one is 3 by 4, which is itself in the simplest form. Next is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 by 18, which is going to be 6 by 18, which is going to be 1 by 3. Then we have next one is our 4 by 8. 4 by 8 is going to be 1 by 2. Third one we have is 12 by 16. This is going to be 3 by 4. We are dividing by the HCF. We are dividing the numerator and denominator by HCF to get the simplest form, as we discussed in previous examples. Okay. So this is 8 by 12, which will be 2 by 3. Next, last one is our 4 by 16, which will be 1 by 4. Now we are going to pair them up. Okay. So first 1 by 2, this and this. These will form a pair. 2 by 3 is this one, they will form the pair. Then 1 by 3 is which one? So 1 by 3 is this one, first one. And D, 1 by 4 is this pair and 3 by 4 is this pair. So this is the matching of the equivalent fractions. Now we are going to do question number 3, in which we have to replace the box with the correct number. You have to replace the box with correct number. First one is 2 by 7 is equal to 8 by dash. Okay, we will use the method of cross multiplication. You know that if they are equivalent fractions, then 2 multiplied with box, the number in box, okay, whatever number we have in the box is going to be equal to 8 into 7. So 2 multiplied with a number which we don't know is going to be 56. Okay, so by what number we should multiply 2 to get 56? This number is going to be 56 by 2, okay, which will be equal to 2 to the 4, 28. So this number is going to be 28. So by what number we should multiply 2 to get 56 is equal to, this number is going to be 56 by 2. Okay, this will be 28. Next B part is 5 by 8 is equal to 10 by box. Okay, so we have to find out this number. We will use the cross multiplication and we will find out that this number when multiplied by 5 will be equal to 10 into 8, or you can say that this number when multiplied by 5 is going to be 80. So we have to find out this number which when multiplied by 5 will give 80. Either you can use trial method. Okay, you can check like this. Okay, 5 tens is going to be 50. So I have to try next number 58. So I have to try next number, suppose 14. So it is going to be 70. So I will check 5 into 16. It is going to be 30, and the 5 1 6 7 8. So it is going to be 16. So this number is going to be 16, or you can do by dividing 80 by 5, and you will see that this number is 16. Okay. So you can use either method. Either you find by trial and error, or you can divide your 80 by 5. C is 3 by 5 is equal to box by 20. So you will do cross multiplication. 3 into 20 is equal to this number, whatever this is, into 5. It is 60 is equal to dash into 5. So by what number I should multiply to get 60? You know that 12 5s are 8, 60. So this number is going to be 12. Okay. So D is 45 by 60 is equal to 15 by box. You have to find out this number, and it means that we have to find out the number which when multiplied with 45 will give 15 into 60, or we can say that it is going to be 900. So we will get 900 when we multiply 45 with 20. Okay. Because 45 into 2 is 90, so 45 into 20 is going to be 900. So this box is going to be 20. Okay. Similarly, we can find out the E part, and E part is your 18 by 24 is equal to dash by 4. Okay. So we will use the method of cross multiplication. Into 4 will be this number multiplied with 24. So implies 18 into 4 is going to be 72 equal to dash into 24. So by what number 24 should be multiplied to get 72? Then you know that 24 into 3 is 72. So this number has to be 3. So this is the answer for this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay. So this is how you are going to solve these kinds of questions. Next is you have to find out the equivalent fraction of 3 by 5 when some condition is given. So question number 4, first one. Okay. You have to find out the equivalent fraction of 3 by 5. Okay. So this fraction is going to be equal to something with denominator 20. Denominator 20. So we have to find out this number. Okay. We are going to convert these statements into this box kind of questions, and then we are going to solve it. So 3 into 20 is going to be 5 into this unknown number. So this is 60 is equal to 5 into this unknown number. So by what number 5 should be multiplied to get this? You know that 12 5s is 60. So this number should be 12. Okay, this is answer. So no, this is not the answer. We have to write the equivalent fraction. So it implies your equivalent fraction will be, equivalent fraction is going to be, this was numerator. Okay, so 12 by 20 is the equivalent fraction. This is going to be the answer. Okay, similarly B, in B we have to find out the equivalent fraction of 3 by 5 with numerator 9. Okay, so 3 by 5 equivalent fraction with equivalent fraction and with numerator 9. Okay, numerator 9 and this. Okay, 3 into dash is equal to 9 into 5. Okay, 3 into the unknown number will be equal to 45. We know that when we multiply 3 with 15, we get this number. So this number is going to be 15. So our equivalent fraction required, okay, that is required. Required equivalent fraction is going to be 9 by 15. This is going to be the answer. Okay, next one is with denominator 30. So C is with denominator 30, and we have to find the numerator first and we will find the fraction. So 3 into 30 is going to be the unknown number into 5. So this is going to be 90 is equal to this by 5. Either you can use trial method, you can use the table, or you can simply divide 90 by 5. It is going to be 18. Okay, so this number is going to be 18. So your equivalent fraction is going to be 18 by 30. This is going to be our answer. We have D part also. D part you have to do by yourself. Question number 5 is, now we are going to do question number 5. Question number 5, A part. You have to find out the equivalent fraction of 48 with numerator 9. Okay, we don't know the denominator. So implies that 36 multiplied with this unknown number, but this denominator, or you can write, if this box is getting cumbersome to write, you can simply write D. Okay, so this is 36 into D is equal to 9 into 48, or you can say 36 into D is equal to it is going to be 432. Okay, so your D is going to be how much? You can find out either by trial and error method, in which you will multiply 36 by 11. You will find out it is coming out to be 396. Then you will find out another number, suppose 36 into 12, and so on, and you will get the number. Okay, or you can simply divide your 432 by 36, and you will get that it is 36, 4 and 3, 7, and this is 12. So 36 into 12 is going to be your 432. Okay. So your D is going to be 12. Okay, implies your equivalent fraction, which is required by us. Equivalent fraction is 9 by D, and your D is 12. So this is the answer for this. And now we have the part B, in which part B we have to find out with denominator 4. Okay, so 36 by 48 is equal to numerator. We have to find numerator, and we have to write 4 here because denominator is 4. So same method, we will cross multiply into 4, 48 into n. Okay, implies 36 into 4 is going to be 144 is equal to 48 into n. So by what number 48 should be multiplied to get this? So we will check by trial and error. 48 into will multiply by 4, it is going to be, okay, not 4, we are going to start with 2. It is going to be 16, 4 2s are 8 and 9. Then we are going to do with 3, it is going to be 144. It means your n should be 3. Okay, so this is n is equal to 3. Implies your equivalent fraction will be 3 by 4. Okay, this is the required fraction Next is question number 6. Check whether the given fractions are equivalent or not. We will cross multiply and check the numbers are same or not. If the numbers are same, after cross multiplication of both the sides of comma, it means they are equivalent, and if not, they are not equivalent. So 6 का first part 5 by 9 in comma 30 by 54. On cross multiplication, okay, this will be multiplied like this. So 5 into 54 comma 30 into 9. So this is going to be 270 and this is going to be 270. Both are same implies 5 by 9 and 30 by 54 are equivalent fractions. Okay. We will check for second also. Second is 3 by 10 and 12 by 50. Okay. We will cross multiply. On cross multiplication, we will get 3 into 50 and 10 into 12. So 3 into 50 is going to be 150 and this is going to be 120. So they are not equal. 150 is not equal to 120. Implies 3 by 10 and 12 by 50 are not equivalent fractions. Okay. They are not. I forgot to write not. They are not equivalent fractions. Similarly, we can do the C part, which is 3 by 11 and 5 by. C is 7 by 13 and 5 by 11. We will cross multiply. And we will get 7 into 11 and 5 into 13. It is going to be 70. Okay, they are not equal. 77 is not equal to 65. Implies not equivalent fractions. Which ones? The given ones. These are not equivalent fractions. So next is our question number 7. In question number 7, we have to reduce the following fractions to simplest form. And to reduce a fraction, given fraction, into simplest form, we need to divide the numerator and denominator by the HCF of the given numbers. So I am going to rub these one. So first one is 48 by 60. Question number is 7A, 48 by 60. So first we are going to find out the HCF. HCF of what? 48 and 60. If you don't know the HCF, you are going to find out using the prime factorization method or second method also, whatever you are comfortable with. It is a 4, 2 4s are 8, 12. Okay, 60 is going to be 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. So your HCF is going to be product of 2 into 2, because 2 into 2 are common, and then we have 3 also. This is going to be 3 2s are 6, 2s are 12. So 12 is going to be the HCF. 12 is the HCF. Now your simplest form is going to be 48 by 12 divided by 60 by 12, which is going to be 4 by 5. Okay, so this is the answer. This is how you are going to do all the parts. Next we will do our second one, which is 150 by 60. 150 by 60. So first we will find out HCF of 150 and 60. It is going to be it will be 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. Okay, so 3 by 5 is here, 3 by 5 is here, 2 is here, 2 is here. So your HCF is going to be 2 into 3 into 5, that is 30. So this is 30. Implies your simplest form will be 150 by 30 divided by 60 by 30. That is, it is going to be 5 and this is going to be your 2. This is going to be the simplest form of 150 by 60. Next is our 84 by 98. 84 by 98. Third one is 84 by 98. Okay, so first step is HCF of 84 and 98. 84 implies HCF is going to be 2 into 7, that is 14. So HCF is 14. Implies the simplest form is going to be 84 divided by 14 and your 90 divided by 14. It will be 6 upon 7. So this is your simplest form for this one. Next is our 12 by 52. HCF, we will start with the smallest prime number and to do the prime factorization of 52, it is going to be 26, 13 and 13 is a prime number. So 12 is this. So 52, 2 into 2 into 13 and 12 is 2 into 2 into 3. Okay. So your HCF is going to be 2 into 2, that is 4. So we are going to divide. HCF of 12 and 52 is 4. Implies simplest form is 12 by 4, 52 by 4, which is going to be 3 by 13. There is one more part, that is 7 by 28. After that we will move to question number 8. Next part is our 7 by 28. Okay, this is your fifth part, 7 by 28. So in first step we have to find out the HCF of 7 and 28. 7 is a prime number, so 7 will be written as 7 into 1, and 28, we know that we can write 28 as 7 into 2 into 2. 7 fours are 28. So HCF is going to be 7. It is 7 implies the simplest form is going to be 7 by 7 divided by 28 by 7. So this is going to be 1 by 4. Okay, so this is the simplest form for 7 by 28. Now we are going to move to the question number 8, which is Ramesh has 20 pencils, Shilu and Jamal. Okay, we have three people, Ramesh, Shilu and Jamal. We have Ramesh, we have Shilu and we have Jamal. Okay. Now Ramesh has 20 pencils. So number of pencils we are going to write. Number of pencils. Ramesh has how many? 50. Shilu has, okay, Ramesh has 20. Ramesh has 20. Shilu has 50. And Jamal has 80. Jamal has 80. Now, after 4 months, Ramesh used up 10 pencils. So, used up pencils are, count of used up pencils, it is 10, 25 and 40. 10, 25 and 40. So what fraction did each use up? So fraction used up is going to be, it is going to be used upon total. So 10 upon 20, 25 by 50 and 40 by 80. So this fraction they used up. So fraction used up is used upon total. It is going to be equal to used upon total. Used pencils upon total pencils. So what fraction we have to find? Check if each has used up an equal fraction of his or her pencil. Now I want to check if they are equivalent or not, because they are asking us like that. So what we will do, we will find out the simplest form. Simplest form, I know that the HCF of these two is going to be 10, which is clearly visible. So fraction is going to be 1 by 2. So in these two we have HCF as 25. So we are going to divide numerator and denominator by 25 to get 1 by 2. And here also HCF is 40. So we are going to get 1 by 2. So all the fractions are equivalent. So implies each has used up an equal fraction of his or her pencil. His or her pencils. Okay. So next is our match the equivalent fraction, and we have to write 2 more. To match the equivalent fraction like we did in question number 2, first we will change them into simplest form by dividing numerator and denominator by HCF, and then we will match them. Okay. This is quite easy to do. This is homework for you guys. Next, in next class we are going to discuss the like fractions, unlike fractions, and how to compare the like and unlike fractions. This topic is very important from the exam point of view, especially the comparison of like and unlike fraction. We will discuss in our next class. So with this, we are going to end the class for today. I wish you a good day.